kind of at farms. Well, we're all like on the same time zone. We're going live. We're not farming like we normally would, but Rob and Amanda, they wanted to meet you, so and then they wanted to answer some of the questions that you guys had. I read your questions and they were so good. And thank you for submitting them. So here we are. We're farming, but virtually.
Virtual farming.
So take it away.
Yeah, I will say that Amanda's been doing a great job with the videos, and she plans to post them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So keep looking at the videos. We're going to try to do them in little themes or little subjects. So as we started off, it was sugaring, and then we went to the dairy cows. And we're going to do all different themes all throughout the summer and into the fall, too. So when you get bored at home, feel free. Click on, see what you can find on the YouTube channel, and definitely email questions, or if you have any special things that you want us to focus on or you want to learn about, send us a topic, and we'll do our best to get you all farmed up in that regard. So
definitely, we are really missing having you guys here. So feel free to ask any questions over email. I love hearing from you.
Anyway, I guess we should rock and roll on some of these questions. Oh, this question is from Sharon. Is Sharon on there today? I see Sharon. All right, Sharon, your question is, how long does it take for the maple tree to get all of its sap out? And that's a tricky one because we don't try to take all of the sap out. We only try to take a little tiny bit of it out because the sap is actually providing nutrients to the tree and helping to get the nutrients up to where the leaves are going to open up and the tree is going to grow for the summer. So we only take a little bit out, and I guess the tree gives us what it's healthy enough to give to us, is the way that we look at it. But generally speaking, the sugaring season lasts maybe 6 to 8 weeks out of the year. So for maybe 8 weeks, a maple tree is giving us as much syrup or sap as it can provide healthily.
Yeah. I like the analogy that Molly, who's another educator, sometimes uses, that if you know of any adults in your life who've donated blood, you can only donate, a certain amount of your blood and still be healthy yourself. And so the sap is kind of like the blood of the sugar maple tree. So it's only going to give us what it can and still be a healthy tree.
Right. Cool. All right. Next question on there. This one's from Ashley, and the question is maple syrup still made during the summer months? And that one would be a no. We can only make maple syrup in the springtime. So it's generally March and April before the leaves come out on the tree is when the only time we're able to make maple syrup. Next one from Ashley is, what is the approximate average time it takes to make a bottle of maple syrup? And I would say that that's a really long time because you have to go and collect a bucket of sap, and then you're going to have to boil it all the way down. And then, so the sap would start to run early in the morning, and then in the afternoon you can collect that bucket of sap, and then you would boil it however long it took, but it would be done that afternoon, and then you would have to run it through the filter press, and then you can put it in a bottle. So it definitely would take you at least one day to make a bottle of maple syrup. Mm-hmm. Definitely. That's why it's so yummy. And if you ever get the chance and you get maple syrup, don't waste it on your pancakes. You're going to want to put it on your vanilla ice cream. That's the best way to have maple syrup. Oh, yeah.
So how do you make so many bottles in a day? It takes one day to make one bottle.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have like 3,500 taps. So if it took me one tree to make one bottle in a day, we have over 3,000 trees that have taps in them to collect syrup. And I forgot the exact number, but this sugaring season, he made over 2,000 gallons of maple syrup.
It's a record for this farm.
Yeah. And by the way, if anybody wanted to buy maple syrup, you can get on the website, and they're selling maple syrup on the Farms for City Kids website.
This is from Jen. Jen asked, what do you do with the animals during the pandemic? Which is another great question. And the answer is that nothing about the animals has really changed here. Besides the fact that we don't have you all here helping us to take care of them. They still need to get fed twice a day. We bring the cows out to the cow yard in the morning so they can get some exercise and fresh air. We're still scooping their manure morning and night. So really nothing much with the animals has changed. We're still taking care of them as they would need any day of the year, regardless of what's happening. We're very lucky to still be able to be here to take care of them. All right, the next question is from Andrew T., and I believe Tony also asked this question. It says, how many cows does the farm have? So we have 42 milking cows. So there's 42 cows that are currently producing milk for us, but there's about 100 total bovine on the farm. So when I say bovine, that's the species. Cows are the females that are producing milk. Heifers are a little bit younger. They haven't had a baby yet, so they're not producing milk. And calves are under 2 months old. So there's 100 total bovines on the farm, approximately, and 42 of those are milking for us. The next question comes from Tony, and it is, what is the lifespan of a cow? And I believe that for our Jersey cows, they generally live between 12 to 15 years. Right now, our oldest cow in the dairy barn is named Lily, and she's 13 years old. The next question is from Victoria. It is, what happens when a cow has mastitis? Does she require surgery or medicine? That's another great question. So in the milking video, I did mention that sometimes a cow's udder can become infected. It's uncomfortable for her, and what our farmers do is they give her an antibiotic. So similarly to when we get sick and we have an infection, you might be prescribed an antibiotic by your doctor. We can provide the same thing for our cows. But no surgery required. She does not have to go to the cow hospital.
No surgery required. All right, so I guess we'll tackle some general farm questions. Jason P. First question he asked is, how is the coronavirus affecting the farm? And it's very interesting. And the next question was, are the animals okay? I will answer that the animals are definitely okay. They are not sick from the COVID-19. So that in itself is good. The farm is different in the sense that we don't have a school group here during the week. Monday through Friday, there should be 20 or 25 kids helping us out on the farm, and we don't have any groups coming up, so that part is different. And then that means that everybody who's normally working with students is off just doing farm-related tasks. So we're helping to do chores, and we're helping to do the farm activities, and everything that we would be doing with the kids we're doing right now. The really fun part about it, though, is that Dina and Diane, who cook for us, they are actually out now doing everything that farmers would do. So they're getting a whole new experience as to what it's really like to be a farmer. And then the last question he had on there was, will the farm suffer because no one visits right now? And I am going to say that the farm is not suffering because there's no visitors. But Amanda and I are going absolutely crazy that we need to have people come to the farm and come visit for our own sanity.
Yes, we really miss all of you.
Yeah. All right, Caitlin's got 3 questions for us. First one, where do you produce the food? We have a very special spot where we grow a lot of veggies. It's the kids' garden. It's roughly 90 feet by 90 feet, and we grow all kinds of food up there, vegetables and berries and pumpkins, squashes, stuff like that, tomatoes. And then we have an apple orchard, which has 75 trees or so, 75 apple trees. We're actually filming some stuff up there as well. And the apples become ready in late September, early October. We can pick apples and make cider and apple pies and everything else. And there's also some blueberry bushes over there. So the farm has a lot of lots of fun spaces. Not only cows, but places where we grow our food. Next question from Caitlin, what work do you do on the farm? I think I'm very proud to say that everybody does everything on the farm. Sitting over there on the couch is A guy who works for us, his name is Dylan. He's actually in charge of the garden I was just talking about. And he's already growing tomato plants and peppers and everything. But not only is Dylan the gardener, he is milking cows as well. So he's kind of everywhere. We all kind of chip in and do everything. So it's kind of fun. The last one from Caitlin is, how hard is farm work? And I think farm work is really hard, but I think it's very enjoyable. And I think that one of the best parts about it, when you finish your day on the farm and you're tired and your muscles ache, you feel accomplished, like you actually worked really hard, and it was good. And you know, it's essential. We're growing food and we're taking care of animals, and it's hard work, but it's very, very rewarding.
Kaylee's next question was, have you ever experienced an animal getting lost at the farm and then you have to find them?
Yes.
Yes. I think one of my favorite memories was when I first started working here, and I was doing morning chores with a group of kids just like you guys, and one of the farmers yelled down to us and said, all the baby heifers are out of the pasture and they're walking down the road. So we have to go grab a halter, which is kind of like a leash that we use for them, and try to corral them back up to the pasture. But in the spring and in the summer and the fall, they are all living outside of the barn, out in the pastures. And sometimes they get out of their fences, and we have to go find them. It happens. Probably more than people think.
Yeah, it happens more than people think. I remember one time so the cows get milked at 4 o'clock in the morning, the first time in the day, and there was a person who was milking the cows, and then when they got done milking all the cows at like 4 in the morning, they let all the cows out of the barn, which is what you would normally do. However, somebody had moved some gates around, and when they went outside, there was no gates closed. So there it was, all 42 cows were all the way down the bottom of the hill, and I remember I was driving to work, and I'm on the main road, and I'm thinking, that cow looks exactly like one of our cows. And before I knew it, there was like 20 cows standing on the bottom of the road where the bus usually comes up from. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a really long day. And we had spent all morning trying to find 42 cows because some of them were down on the road, some were up in the woods, they were all over the place. But the thing is that the cows are social, and they do want to come back. They might think that, woohoo, I'm out for a day, but then after a while they get lonely and they miss people, and they start mooing and they try to come back. So although it seems like chaos, it is actually kind of fun too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for allowing us to do this.
Oh, thank you so much. This meant so much.
Yep.
Seriously, we miss you guys so much.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh my God, it's Isabella.